Now, another one of those contents we'll be having this morning, another one of those conversations that we'll be having on tea or coffee this morning is actually surrounding pregnancy. Pregnancy with the stresses and the anxieties that are related to pregnancy. I think this conversation is quite important because, a lot of, I see pregnant women doing things. To me, a pregnant woman is an egg. Like very precious and fragile, So I feel like she should be treated as so, and she probably shouldn't be doing a lot. She should be relaxing and things like this. Yes, exactly. So for instance, things like driving for long hours, especially, in a city like Lagos that has traffic. I don't think pregnant women should be driving in Lagos, actually, because it's way too stressful, So, long hours of driving, long hours of standing, just long hours of lifting and things like this, I think should be prevented. I've had experience with one of my friends who was pregnant, and, she was a member of that particular group of friends that we were in. And, she was a single mother. So we all had to essentially contribute to help, support her with the process and things like this. So I have, that is the experience with pregnancy that I've had. But, we have a guest. He's a gynecologist. He's a gynecologist, yes. We have him this morning in the name and person of Ayodeji Omolona. Good morning, sir. Dr.
Good morning,
Ayodeji
sir.
Omolona. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you doing this lovely morning?
Very well, thank you.
All right. Where are you calling us from today, sir?
I didn't get that.
Where are you calling us from today?
Okay, Surulere in Lagos.
All right. Thank you very much for joining the conversation on pregnancy with the stresses that are related to pregnancy. So what form of stress, should a pregnant woman really be avoiding in her condition?
Okay. Thank you for having me once again.
Yes.
Yeah. Pregnancy itself is a stress on it, because the woman body because changes almost completely in pregnancy.
Yes.
And the major issue actually is many women, at least it's been documented that about 4 to 5 out of 10 women that get pregnant actually are not even aware they're about to get pregnant.
Interesting.
So they enter the pregnancy in quite an unprepared state, and this is actually what predisposes to stress during pregnancy.
Okay.
And this stress we're talking about could be physical, could be mental, psychological, and it could also be medical.
Okay.
So, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you here.
All right. So this makes it very paramount for women actually to be prepared for pregnancy. Pregnancy isn't just, it's something that changes the life of a woman forever. Just a one-time experience of pregnancy actually can alter the life or the well-being of a woman completely. So stress in pregnancy, as I said, pregnancy is a stress because every organ of the body undergoes a change, from the heart to the brain, to the kidney, the uterus itself, that's the womb. Interesting, like the womb now, it is 80 grams in weight in the non-pregnant woman. But this uterus, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, but this uterus can actually grow to up to 1 kilograms in pregnancy. And you find out that that is enough stress on its own. So common stresses in pregnancy, as I said, physically could be, complaint of excessive salivating, complaint of back pain, complaint of, hormonal changes, mood changes, mood swings, then that commonly occurs in the first trimester, that is the first 3 months of pregnancy.
Yeah.
Then as you go into the second trimester, that is the second 3 months of pregnancy, between the 12 and the 6 months. At this time is when actually some other medical conditions start popping itself up, commonly like hypertension, which we call the pregnancy-induced hypertension. Then also because there's also diabetes, which is called the gestational diabetes, which is actually that occurs only in pregnancy.
Okay.
The iron deficiency, folic deficiency, associated background, medical illnesses, and even get aggravated in pregnancy. So that is why every woman that gets pregnant actually should be much more a planned pregnancy, so that you are aware. And that's why the concept of what we call the preconceptional counseling is very important. Yes, that is preconception means before pregnancy. A woman is assessed and declared that in this part of the world, like in sub-Saharan Africa, most women get pregnant. So they come in probably when they meet their period for like 2 or 3 months. They now find out, and at that time, the formative stage of the baby will have been passed. And if there's going to be any malfunction, it will have occurred. You'll find out that some women can come down with cardiac abnormality, abnormality. And as I was also trying to say, even in the first 3 months of pregnancy, which is called the first trimester, many women, even normally, salivation, which can actually be so disturbing, because someone that is used to, eating whatever they like, can have can start salivating, which can be actually a whole lot of stress.
Okay.
Having probably a bowl beside you and you sit in it every second, it affects the quality of your work, the quality of life at that particular point in time. Then apart from that, many people can even have back pain, in which they may not be able to probably sit on a particular position for a very long time.
Okay.
So they have all these. And I have trimester. This is the 3rd and the 6th month.
Gone. Okay.
After the rearing them of like hypertension, because the pregnancy-induced hypertension, also diabetes. But has never been pregnant, that have been hypertensive before, diabetic before, but just that having hypertension. So also additional cause of stress, because this kind of woman now needs to be placed on some medications that can actually also affect the functioning and all the like. Probably needs to be on, even called the insulin injection for diabetes. And even telling them that you cannot eat this kind of food. You have to be on a particular kind of diet. So all that stresses. Yeah. Now when that gets to the 4th trimester, at this point, the pregnant, so the back pain can even be more. They cannot walk as fast as they should.
They should.
Or a woman can even have what we call like varicose veins, in which they have obvious legs. They can even have cramps. That can be actually very disturbing. So all these are stresses in pregnancy that women need to be aware of, so that they need to actually prepare for it before embarking on the journey. Because that 9 months journey is a journey that can transform a woman's life forever.
Yes.
It's not something you jump into.
Yes.
So you need to plan for it. And much more that many of our women, maybe after the first child, even before the first child starts crawling or even starts walking, they get pregnant again. So that's additional stress to them, because the body has not returned or even returned to its previous state. So it puts more stress on the on the heart, on the kidney, on the uterus itself. So which can actually make that more stressful and even delivery and unpleasant experience. So that's why we advocate for, aside what we call the preconception counseling, that they should also do bed spacing and also family planning.
Yeah.
It helps in, from the fact that the child will have grown to a point that, the child will be able to,
Okay.
Okay. All right.
having children. But much more so for the mother herself. Our body will
All right.
adapt and carry another pregnancy very well.
Okay, all right, Dr. Ideji. In what ways, can a pregnant woman reduce stress during the process of this pregnancy? What tips? What are the kind of things that family members, the spouse, what kind of things can people around do to alleviate stress during the periods when a pregnant woman is carrying?
For that. How to manage stress or to cope with stress in pregnancy. It's very important that, whenever a woman misses her period, she needs to confirm early that she's pregnant.
Okay.
And once that occurs, the next thing is for her to try to, probably go to a hospital or even to a diagnostic center to confirm that the pregnancy is actually even in the right location. Because we found out that some people get pregnant, once the pregnancy is missed, they just believe, everything is fine. And it won't be that the pregnancy can even be in the wrong location to be pregnancy. So that's even, and can be fatal if it's probably ruptures and can lead.
Okay.
For even people that the pregnancy is in a normal location, they need to register for antenatal clinic in time. Because find out that in this antenatal clinic that they are saying, there are a lot of classes that the midwives, even the doctors, talk to them and inform them about the normal changes that they need to expect in pregnancy.
Yes.
Commonly like pimples. Some people just realize that probably they have excessive pimples on their faces. They have breast engorgement.
Okay.
They can sometimes some women can even have pregnancy. So knowledge is very important and information is very key. So for them to manage stress, they need to be aware of the common stresses that they can have in pregnancy.
Okay.
So, and that's why we even advocate for husbands to follow their wives to antenatal clinic at least once or twice in pregnancy, so that they will understand and doctor can also communicate some of these information.
Yes.
So there won't be a third-party information. Probably the woman comes to clinic and I say, doctor said, once the doctor or the midwife gives the information to the husband directly, he knows that this woman should be treated with care in pregnancy. This woman should not be a pregnancy. This woman should not be the one pounding the arm or carrying all the water, doing all. Because these are the things that add to stresses that women go through in pregnancy.
Okay. All right. So you said Okay, so you said something about, you said the reason as to why some pregnant women still go through stress is because they've not given their uterus, their body, time to come back to normal before giving birth or getting pregnant again. Now, how long does it take for a pregnant woman's body, or for a woman's body, rather, to come back to normal before she can even think of, getting pregnant again?
Okay. The World Health Organization has actually, based on various research, different countries of the world, have found out that a woman's body will return back to normal after about 2 to 3 years after the last pregnancy. So that woman's body will be able to accommodate, another pregnancy with little or no aggravated stress. That baby for 2 to 3 years. So that is what is recommended by the World Health Organization. So 2 to 3 years, death spacing.
Okay. All right. Okay. So according to research, exercise is a form of, it helps pregnant women deliver safely. Now, there are some exercises that I believe that some pregnant women should not engage in. What are those exercises? And also, what are those activities pregnant women should not actually engage in that can affect, them during the course of that pregnancy?
Okay. Again, if I get to defend that, what are the activities
that pregnant women should not engage in? Can you list them?
Okay. Pregnancy are actually most times often individualized. So we cannot generalize a pregnancy a pregnancy that has no other aspect. Hypertension, having placenta previa, in which the placenta is low lying. They say that the placenta is down. So in pregnancies that are normal, a woman should be able to carry out a normal work.
Yes.
But a normal work involve lifting of heavy objects.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for your time, Ayodeji. Thank you for, allowing us to fetch from your bountiful stream of knowledge on this topic.
Thank you very much.
All right. Do have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right, that was very inciting, very insightful.
I don't know why part of me wished that where I was here. So I picked out a lot from what he has said, and one thing I know, one thing I was able to catch was the fact that you need to be aware of the process, that comes with pregnancy. It's not something you just enter into like that. Do you understand? Because if you're not aware, if you do not have the concept of pregnancy, do you understand? Going or walking through that process might seem difficult, and you might even stress yourself because you don't have the knowledge on pregnancy, the causes, the effects, and all of it, which is why I actually love that we had this conversation this morning. And also, when it comes to giving information, it's very advisable, according to our guest anyways, that the husband follows the wife every time she's going for antenatal care and all of that, so that there is no third-party information. The doctor said this, the doctor said this, because the way she might relay, the message might not be the way the doctor actually relayed the message to her. Do you understand? So when he's there, he knows that, okay, so these are the things the doctor has said, and these are the things I know my wife should not do, and all of that. He also talked about husband support. It's very, very key when, husbands, they support their wife during this period. And also, it's funny because they said during the first trimester, that's when, their cravings increase. At times, they even have food allergies and all of that. The things that they necessarily or they might not necessarily eat before, you see them, they start to crave for those things. And even the things that they used to like eating before, you see them, their body start to change, because that is when the process of the pregnancy is beginning and everything just starts to change, Also, he talked about, the effects of stress on pregnant women, how it can lead to hypertension, back pain, and all of that, So basically, as a pregnant woman, they shouldn't involve themselves in strenuous activities. Of course, exercises are very, very good, but there's also some exercises that, even pregnant women, when it's too strenuous, do you understand? They shouldn't engage in, and he was able to state some, was also able to state some activities pregnant women should not engage in. So basically, yes, that was an interview with Ayodeji Omolano.
Yes.
He is a gynecologist, and he has talked about pregnancy and stress causes and also remedies. I hope you were able to, learn a few things, because we did learn a few things about this topic.